Hey everybody, welcome to Live on the Av. I'm Jason, that's Tristan, and we're going to run down the news for Wednesday, July 20th, 2016. The big news today, Tristan, is another trailer for No Man's Sky got released. This
Real big
is,
news. Showing us some stuff that to get actually excited for this game.
yeah, like we might see what this thing is, sort of, I guess, right? Like we're
Yeah, I mean it's
starting to
still
get
kind of a
pieces of it.
mystery, but it's like, oh, cool, you can actually have space battles and you can, I think, defend your planet in some regard too.
Yeah, we keep waiting to try to figure out what this game really is. And like this is part two of the four-part Sony series to kind of inform everybody what it is. And the couple of things I noticed in this trailer, well, I took some screenshots of myself here, was the you kill an enemy and something pops out of them, and it looked like it was some kind of like I don't know loot of some sort, and it said iron times 9 popped up. Like that's I'm assuming to build your ship. I
Yeah,
have no idea. And then the other thing that we haven't seen yet, missions. And it looked like there were 3 missions on the HUD at one point, like attack some ships and rescue some freighters. So
something to do instead of just exploring, though. I'm sure exploring is enough in its own
yeah,
for some
so
people.
yeah, so I think those are two kind of cool, interesting things. I don't know. Are you still excited about this?
I am. This definitely helps a lot more. I don't know why they took so long to release these. They should probably done this maybe a month ago or so.
Yeah, yeah,
Because that release date's approaching fast.
yeah. It's August 9th, right?
I
Something
think
like
9th,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. $60, still all in. But maybe the next two are gonna. Maybe the next one's gonna show us like how we build a ship or like what this exploring does. So
Yeah.
I
There's
don't know.
still a ton of mystery.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that there's a little mystery about it. But I don't know. The epic space battles, we'll see. Um, the other big trailer that came out today was a link to Comic Con, and that is a new Gears of War 4 trailer. And this is a game we know pretty much everything about at this point. So the big hook here is that you can actually play Gears of War 4 over at Comic Con if you are there, or you can just wait till September 11th or October 11th and play it with everybody else. Showed off some of the weather effects.
Yeah, and the weather effects definitely don't look bad. I mean, seeing those
No.
crazy like laser beams, I guess you call them, or whatever, like those big explosions coming up in the sky,
Mm-hmm.
look pretty awesome. I remember them from the original games, and this definitely looks like the next evolution of this game. So,
Yeah, they're doing some cool stuff graphically. It looks exactly like Gears of War,
yeah,
which is what I want. Like I want it to look like a cool looking Gears of War game. So, did you get to play any of the betas? No.
no betas,
All
but
right.
this game definitely looks on par with other game or Gears of War, but even better, especially with what they've shown so far.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to pick up some pizzas and cruise through this thing one night.
In one night.
One night. Another game I know you're not at all playing is Hearthstone, and there was a little surprise today from Blizzard that said there's going to be a secret event or something coming up.
It's exciting, right?
Yeah, it's
Everyone likes
exciting for
secrets.
people. That said that on July 28th at 11 Pacific, there's going to be an event on Twitch, Twitch TV / Play Hearthstone, and it supposedly came from a friend who clearly got a hold of Paint because the invite was pretty generic looking.
It's
But
something I would have created probably because I use MS Paint.
yeah, the font was bothering me. It was really confusing to me, but whatever, it is what it is. And the the big hubbub here is that it's probably going to be a new adventure and card pack setting Karzan, showing off a new single player adventure. The last add on was in April, so it seems like it's about time.
They're due for
Yeah,
another.
they're due for a new one. So if you're into Hearthstone, you're probably super excited about that. Tristan and I, we dabble. Um, oh, and now we have to go to some sad news, and that is that pro skier Matilda Rapaport was killed in an avalanche while filming some kind of promotional material for Ubisoft's new game Steep. Yeah, that's a sad story. It's an interesting looking game, and it's a kind of a bummer that someone has to. And you know what though? She was doing what she loved, and she
Yeah, I
was
mean
out
that
there
stuff
having
is
fun.
super dangerous. Like it's
Yeah,
not the first time something like this has happened. I big James Bond fan, so I remember how many accidents they've had on skiing in the mountains and the stunt people dying when trying to film it. So
yeah. It's
it
like
happens, and it's definitely sad to hear about.
yeah, it's terrible. I mean, the game we played it at E3, and it actually looked kind of interesting, and it looks like terrifying, like doing the things you're doing in that game, and the fact that I'm assuming she's probably out there recreating because she's like a pro at this. So
Right?
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
terrible, terrible thing. What else we got here? We got Tomb Raider news. Tristan, you know you love Tomb Raider. The Tomb Raider, I think we reported on it yesterday, coming to PS4 this fall. Now there's more news coming out about the new Tomb Raider movie. And it's going to be based on the reboot game, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing. I mean, it's still a long shot of it being even good, but might as well base it on the relaunch of the franchise that has been pretty entertaining so far.
They have an Oscar winner in Alicia Vikander.
I mean, she's a great actress, but Angelina Jolie was a great actress too, so who knows?
I'm curious. I mean, the game played well as a movie. It's like Uncharted, right? It like plays like a movie, but do you really need to see it as a movie? Because I'm already.
And I think the
it.
exciting thing about Tomb Raider or even Uncharted of playing the game is the most exciting part of it. Like watching it on screen, unless the action scenes are just way over the top and just like Fast and the Furious like action scenes, then I'm not so sure how great it's going to be. But if they make it kind of like Indiana Jones like, then they might be onto something, because that's pretty much what Tomb Raider is. So
yeah, I just don't think it's gonna work at all. Like I just can't. Like the games play so much like a movie, and you have so much narrative that like you said, taking away that controls, that ruins it. Like I want to be in the theater controlling that character doing these big set pieces. I don't know. It's a hard sell for me at that point.
I mean, you could just watch all of it on YouTube, like just the video segments of that game. You're like, this is better than a movie that they could possibly ever do. So.
Yeah, there you go. Just watch them all. My exciting news of the day is the new Pac Man Championship Edition 2. Did you play the last Pac Man Championship Edition?
I did not, but this trailer is terrifying, and it's just Pac-Man on crack.
Yeah, so Pac-Man Championship Edition is essentially just Pac-Man on crack. It's like the most absurd Pac-Man you could ever get your hands on. And it was awesome. It took a Pac-Man game you loved, everyone loved as a kid, and just like piled on all sorts of weird and crazy bullshit and made the stages were long. It played just like Pac-Man. And this one, it looks like it's doing it even bigger with like the giant ghost in the background, the cool music.
Literally with a giant ghost.
Yeah, like the transitions between the boards look really neat. The last one I don't feel like had 3D graphics, so I have to go back and check on that one. This one definitely Pac-Man is like polygonal because of the way the camera shifts out. But I don't know. I'm super excited for this one. I think it's coming out in September on everything, but we might have to play. We might have to get this and check out our scores because I'm competitive Pac-Man.
If people enjoy Pac-Man, then this is definitely up their alley, which sounds like it's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, you don't think of, like, you think, oh, Pac-Man, what else can you do with it? And then you see this, and you're like, oh, shit, that's what you can do with it. You just make it nuts. Just make it fucking nuts. And that leads us to, you know what? We don't really have any more game news. We're going to be talking about Comic-Con this week, so that's kicking off today or tomorrow?
I think officially tomorrow.
Okay, officially tomorrow. You and I are going to have some coverage on it. We're going to do some Comic-Con stuff.
Most of the big panels are on Saturday. So, yeah.
Okay. We don't know when we're going to do it. We'll have a couple recap shows.
We'll do some reactions to these crazy announcements and possibly new trailers and just new information that we absorb from all the movies and shows that we follow.
Do you have anything that you know that we're going to be talking about? Like, is anything coming out of this?
Well, personally, I'm most excited to hear about more details about Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Those are two big ones for me.
Those are good.
I'm curious to see what they're going to do on the TV side for some of these TV shows that we follow. Walking Dead, obviously, is a big one that I'm sure they're going to show a new trailer for the new season. And with the big cliffhanger where they left off, that's going to be exciting to see. There's always a big surprise at Comic-Con that you like, oh, I didn't even know that existed. And there you go. So I'm sure there'll be something like that we'll have a big reaction on.
Yeah, we'll break and Tristan will freak out as he's watching the trailer because that's what we do. We do trailer reactions here. Yeah. But yeah, so that's it. That's all the news we have for today. We're going to go eat some dinner, and then we are going to come back tonight. If you're watching us live on Twitch, we're going to be live at 7 p.m. Central on Twitch for Adapted, where we're going to be reviewing Preacher, the latest episode of Preacher, the Flintstones comic, all sorts of weird shit. What else do we have? Is that it?
Stranger Things.
And the big one, Stranger Things, man. Love that show. Love that show so much. And then when Adapted's done, just stay with us because at 8 o'clock Central, we're going to be on Block Party. We're going to be talking probably another 45 minutes of Pokemon Go. I can only imagine.
Or the lack of Pokemon Go thanks to the servers.
Ooh, little teaser right there. Tristan's angry. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us for today's show. I'm Jason. That's Tristan. We are going to be back here around 5 o'clock tomorrow, so you should join us. allertonav.com.